All right, apparently the Lions are rumored to be shopping wide receiver Marvin Jones. I mean, Saints, Browns, Washington, Patriots, all some teams that are interested in Marvin Jones. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And they need to shop Marvin Jones. At the end of the day, the Lions receiver core outside of Galladay, which they may or may not keep, is simply old and slow. All right, last year, Marvin Jones led the league in contested catches or something like that. That's not a stat that you want to really lead the league in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lead the league in contested catches 9 times out of 10. You know, unless you're being double team all the time. That means that you can't create separation. Now, Marvin Jones had a solid game the other day, but it's just to the point that the Lions offense is just simply too old. It's too slow. You don't have speed from the 11th man to quarterback position. I mean, you keep playing Adrian Peterson. He don't have no speed. You keep playing Amendola. He don't have no speed. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. And it's time to get rid of Marvin Jones. You're not giving him a contract next year. You're not bringing him back. You know, at the end of the day, it's time to move him. If you can get a 4th, 5th round pick for him, so be it. Now, some people going to say, we could need to get a 1st or a 2nd. You're not getting a 1st or 2nd. Best case scenario you get for him is a 3rd round pick. And what people got to understand is people so emotionally attached to players. You know, and when you put emotions into a business, one, you will never be a successful business owner. You ever seen the movie Dodgeball? You see how the owner of Average Joe's Gym was broke because he was emotionally attached to the gym and emotionally attached to his customer, so he didn't make any money. You can't find me a billionaire that built himself up from the ground up. That's not cutthroat and emotional. Football is a cutthroat business. Marvin Jones is on a downhill of his career. And if you want to just keep Marvin Jones because you like Marvin Jones because what he brought to the franchise, football doesn't work like that. Cowboys had to part with Emmett. I mean, you see it all the time in sports. It just, you got to move on. Jerry Rice had to part with the 49ers. Jerry Rice had a lot of burn to give. Him and Tim Brown tore it up with the Raiders and even made it to a Super Bowl, I believe. If my memory serves me correctly. So all the fans out here are mostly testing Marvin Jones. His best days behind him. The Lions have to upgrade that position. Now, is Quintez Cephas can be the number 2 receiver? In my opinion, no. He best suited for being inside. He got to work on his route running and be a better inside. They need to find somebody from the number 2 receiver spot who could take the top off the defense. If you keep Galladay or if you don't keep Galladay, you got to find somebody that's a game breaker. This league is all about speed. Who is the platinum standard in this league? It is the Kansas City Chiefs. You look at them, they got speed everywhere. It's quarterback position, running back position, tight end position, all the receivers. They got 4, 5 receivers that can run. That's where you kind of got to build your team up. Speed. Them big, slow teams that play with power, this ain't the 80s no more. You got to have athleticism, sideline to sideline speed on defense. And you got to be able to take the top off vertically. And Marvin Jones just can't get vertical no more. He ain't running by nobody. He a year older. He a year slower. Simple as that. So you got to move him, or you can let him walk next year. And could you imagine if they don't move Galladay and they don't pay him, he walk, Marvin Jones walk, and Danny Amendola, he ain't worth the food stamp to bring back. So next year, I mean, why would you bring Stafford back with a whole new receiving core? Come on. If I'm Stafford, I retire. So what is trending as right now, if they don't pay Galladay, they get rid of all the receivers they got now that start. Next year is trending towards they got to draft a quarterback. And right now you got 3-3. So the Lions are probably going to end up 7-9, 8-8, 6-10, and they're going to be out the quarterback sweepstakes. So at the end of the day, if you don't plan on paying Galladay or Marvin Jones, why not get draft picks? Or start the tank or get draft picks so you can move up in a draft next year. Right now, the Lions are trending towards keeping Stafford this year with 3 wins. So, I mean, they play a good Coast team tomorrow. This Sunday. But like I said before, man, Marvin Jones, you got to get something for him. You got something for Golden Tate. You got to get something for Marvin Jones. And, if this team was 4-2 or 5-1, then, I'd be like, I'll go for it then. But that's not the case. They beat up 2 subpar teams, the Falcons and the Jaguars. But, whoever get the best offer, you got some leverage. You got some leverage. Browns probably jumped in there because they don't have Odell no more. Patriots jumped in there, they need a receiver. So Personally, just get the best deal you can get for him and move on. And if you ain't gonna pay Galladay, you know, if the Saints beat up on the Lions and they go to the Vikings and lose or whatever it may be, you might as well just blow it up and get a pick. But right now, the Lions are trending towards being a 7th, 8th, 6th team right now in the next year's draft. And the problem with that is, you know, that means you're gonna keep Stafford another year. You know, that's the problem. So my whole thing is, you know, if they lose to the Saints, to the Colts, convincingly, time to blow it up. But you got until next Tuesday to do it, or it might be today. So I'm not sure, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. If you ever want to reach out, appreciate it. Want to make a donation, best way to do that is share the video. But if you want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Other than that, just hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We gone.